Alright you guys, welcome back to another video. So couple disclaimers. Nothing in this video is sponsored. Sony doesn't pay me any money. I pay for everything that I make on my channel. And then the second disclaimer is that I know that I said my last video was the last video that I was going to talk about the ZV-1F, but if you watch that video, you know that I had some concerns about the autofocus of the ZV-1F. And I figured out what was going on with that. And so I just want to say really quickly, I want to give you guys the reasons really quickly why I felt like I needed to correct it. And then secondly, we'll get into how you correct it. So the first reason that I wanted to correct it is because of a comment that was actually left on that video. Someone said that, someone made the comment that, you know, I thought that Sony's autofocus was bulletproof. I too think that Sony's autofocus is bulletproof. I actually think it's the best autofocus, you know, on the market. And so it was really bothering me that it wasn't working. And then the other reason that I had to make this right is because I'm giving this camera away, and it didn't seem right for me to give away something that I didn't have full confidence in. And so for integrity's sake, I wanted to make sure that I got this right. And I didn't want to kind of down talk any product before it was fully vetted. So what I have here is the Sony ZV-1F, and you guys can see that there is an HDMI cable coming out of there. And so I am screen recording the ZV-1F right now. And the thing that tipped me off to why the autofocusing wasn't working so well is that if you've used a Sony camera before, you know that, you know, there'll be a box or, you know, around the face or around the eye or somewhere around the body if the subject detection is working. And the fact that it's not, there's no boxes, there's no eye, nothing around my body or anything on screen right now let me know that the subject detection wasn't working. And so I went into the menu and I went to the, you know, the tab for the autofocus and went over to this subject recognition and autofocus, and this was turned off, which is really weird because I have never toggled this off. More importantly, I have used Sony cameras for so long. I owned the original A7. I've owned the A7 II, the A7 III. I own the A7R4. I own the A7 IV. I own an A7C. I've shot with the A7R5. I've shot with a lot of Sony cameras, and I've never had to toggle this on. And so it's really weird that it's toggled off. So I went in and I toggled that on. And then if we go back to the viewfinder, you guys can see now that there is that subject detection box over my eye, and when my hand moves, you know, sometimes it goes to the box over my face. And so that's how you fix the autofocus problem that we were having in that last video on this ZV-1F. Now, the other thing that I thought was weird is, considering how new this camera is, it was really odd to me. I'm gonna turn off the screen recorder because it gets really loud if you leave it on. The other thing that I found odd, considering how new this camera is that you don't have the ability to switch the focus sensitivity and the focus speed, which I think are really important for, you know, those auto-focusing settings. And so I thought that that was really weird, but you can't do it on this camera. And so there it is. So that's the fix for this. It's odd that that would be toggled off, just like it's odd that Sony wouldn't just turn on the high temperature settings on these cameras, but I digress. So figured out that the autofocus seems to be working well now. I still don't think that it's as good as, you know, an A7C or A7 IV, but that's not the point. Remember, I'm giving away this camera, so if you guys haven't gone over to my Instagram and figured out the details for that giveaway, you're missing out. So go over there. There's a reel on my page, has all the details in it, and enter to win this camera. And not just this camera, I'm also giving away the camera, Rode Video Micro, and the little Sony Bluetooth like tripod thing. It's a whole vlogging kit. So go over there, get yourself a chance to win this camera. That's it, that's the video. I appreciate you guys tuning in and allowing me to fix this sort of mistake that I made in my last video. So anyway, I'm Jamil. This is a boy named Jamil, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.